Ooh. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever it is that you are watching the broadcast. Hello, beloved. Hello, 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 hello. For those of you who will be on live, let's get it. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Come on in the room. For those of you who will do a hashtag it and a replay it, yes, 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 and a yes. Cool, cool, cool. I love going back and seeing it later, what you've written, and having an opportunity to respond. For those who you will be on, and I might not know you're on and may not never know you're on, doing what you do, getting your needs met. I'm glad that we can do this dance together, even though we don't know we dancing together. And for those of you who will be used by Papa at some point along the way, later on down the road, where you are gonna give me that boost when I need it right at the time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So Letitia Wright is in the room. Hey, Tisha. Devira L. Robinson is here. Hey, Devira L. Good morning, ladies. Good morning. Good morning. So this morning we're talking about protecting your part. Protecting your part. Doing the thing you need to do to protect what it belongs to you. What can only be protected by you, it can't be protected by anybody else. And if you don't protect it, it don't get protected. So we've been talking about doing your part, and know that life may or may not go in that direction, but you're supposed to do it, because even if it doesn't turn out the way you expect it, going in the direction and doing your part is going to build the muscle you're supposed to build anyway. So there's a question when we're talking about growing and developing and creating and producing. And we often ask this question: who do I need to become in order for? Who do I need to become to produce? Who do I need to become in order to do that? And so even if the outcome isn't what you expect, your becoming is what Papa intended. That was a mic drop. Even if the outcome isn't what you expect, your becoming is what Papa intends. Lord, I got to wake up. I read that as protect your heart. Right. Judith, good morning, Judith. Good morning. Right? The outcome, as long as you're leaning into it, as long as you're doing your part, the outcome is what Papa intends. Okay? So do your part. Don't worry about the outcome, and don't worry about the how. Just do your part. That's all we got to worry about. What is it for you to do? What is your part? What's necessary for you? And then it's this idea of what is it like to do your part? What is it like when you show up as you? What is it like when you add your unique contribution? The part that nobody else in the entire existence cannot add, never have, and never will, not in the way that you do it. What is it like to show up as you? Michelle, good morning, Michelle. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And then treasure your part. Like, take care of it, care for it, honor it. Make sure that you do your part to treasure it, to appreciate it, to value it, to give it its just due. Treasure your part. And then today we're talking about this notion of protecting your part. Protecting your part. Letitia says, even if the outcome isn't what you intended, it is what Papa intended, as long as you do your part. Right? Even if your outcome isn't your transformation, like, you are getting what Papa intended for you to get, right? Your becoming is what Papa intended. Your outcome might not be, but your becoming is what. And you're right, the outcome is going to be what Papa intends as well. So your becoming and your outcome is what Papa intends. So look, Papa, not Papa. Hey, Papa. Good morning, Bernie. Good morning. Love back to you. Brian. Hey, Brian. Good morning, sis. Good morning. So, Letitia, I'm with you. I was up to 2:00 in the morning trying to finish some things. So look, y'all, the Self-Love Queens Adventure is on and popping. The links will be open to the public tomorrow. So if that's something that you're interested in, and look, this is a small, intimate event. It is what Papa intended for me to do, is to bring a small group of women together and we just have a ball dancing, loving on each other, like intentional, out loud loving on each other, like normalizing that, holding each other accountable for greatness. This is not a space. We don't even like mess, like the idea of mess, that's a non-negotiable. We just don't do that. It's not what we do. We have life-giving conversations, life-giving engagement, life-giving. And if something don't work for you, then you need to go do something. Like go to the lake, but don't sit in it. Don't sit in whatever, right? And so we just have fun. We're, we allow our little girls to show up and come and dance and sing and eat. What are those things we were eating? Those bars. What's those bars we was eating? Devere, them chocolate bar, chocolate wafer bars. Eat stuff you normally wouldn't eat, right? And just have a ball. Just have a ball. Women of all ages. We had our youngest were in our 30s and our oldest were in their 70s. Late 70s, I believe. Mid 70s. How about that? And then all in between. So I'm grateful. I'm super duper duper grateful. So we're finally ready. We're on and popping. The dates are September 21st through the 24th. And it's at Gull Lake Christian Retreat Center. Gull Lake Christian Retreat Center. Everything like it was last year, except that it's not last year. And we're not who we were last year. So the queens that will be returning, we got alumni queens, y'all. We got alumni queens. That's protecting your part. Like protecting your part is doing what you need to do to show up, making sure that you got stuff lined up to do what you got to do, making sure that you are, handling your business and all those kinds of things. That's protecting your part. Margie, hey, morning to you, cuz my son says, Mom, time for waking up with Kathy. Love you. Oh, waking up with Kathy. I love that. Good morning, Pastor Bobby. Good morning. So good to see you. I love that, waking up with Kathy. I love that. You know what? That might be a morning show at some point, waking up with Kathy. So yeah, doing your part. This my part is, and so let me get that. I'll be right back. So as we talk about doing our parts, part of my part, an element of my part is having these things available. An element of my part is creating space for us to become queens, right? In our own right, creating space for this experience to happen. That's my part. And for some of you, your part is to help to make that happen. For some of you, your part is to be a part of that. For some of you, your part is to create your own, something like that or something not like that at all, but to create what it is that Papa has birthed in you, the seed that was given to you at birth. I just believe that. I believe that everything that we are, the seed of it was given to us at birth. At birth. The seed of it. I believe that with everything in me. The seed of it was given to us at birth. And we get to decide what we're going to do with the seed. Do we water it? Do we plant the seed? Do we fertilize it? Do we pay attention to it? Do we prune it? Do you know all of that? All of that. What are you doing with your seeds? Look, I intend for every seed that I have to grow rapidly. Sooner, quicker, faster. I don't have time to waste. I don't. There were, and I know God is a routine. Papa's a redeemer of time. So I'm not saying this in a scarce kind of a way, but just also, I know that for many years, scarcity was playing in my mind, in my subconscious, scarcity was playing. And because of that, there are some doors I didn't go through. There's some calls I didn't answer. There's some things that I didn't believe for myself were possible. And as a result of that, there's some things that were not manifested. Don't you know the Queen's Adventure has been inside of me since birth? And the first time it showed up was when I was 59 years old. I'm just saying. So we know it's time to redeem some time. We got to make up for some time. We got to make up. So I'm out, I'm running, I'm on, and I'm popping. And it's going to continue to be that way because I know that there were years that I didn't fully show up. I did the best I can. Now, I ain't beating myself up. Y'all know she don't even do that. This is just a real sober conversation I'm having with you and me about me. I didn't fully show up in a lot of ways because I didn't believe it was possible. I didn't even know. I didn't even allow myself to have the idea or the thought in my mind because, right? Because of what was playing in my mind. Good morning, Erica. Hey, Tanya. Hey, sis. I love you right back. And so now that I know that I had a little bit of an anchor, you know what I mean? Like, like if you can imagine an anchor on maybe an anchor is not, but say a ball, a heavy ball or cinder block and a chain on my ankle. So everywhere that I went lots of places, but I didn't go with the speed that I could have. I didn't go with the speed that was available to me without scarcity. Now I'm careful about my words because coulda, shoulda, coulda. I don't really use those, right? So there's some speed, some efficiency, some effectiveness, some deep places. Like Star Trek. Going to places that you've never been, and how Star Trek talks about going into other galaxies. There was galaxies for me to explore that I didn't. Scarcity. But we don't do that anymore. We're going for it. Everything, everything, all the doors, all the things, all the conversations. I got some stuff in the hopper that I'm so super excited about. Like when you become available, you don't have to look for stuff. It looks for you and it finds you because you're available. So I got some stuff I'm so super excited to announce. I can't announce it until it happened, but I got some more exciting things to announce. And tomorrow, don't forget the show tomorrow. Come on, I need somebody to call in tomorrow. We didn't have anybody call in our last time, and my goal is to always have a caller. So look, somebody can call in at 11:30. Well, no, we'll be on at 11:30. We're gonna have our first live guest tomorrow. That's the intention. But this show does what it wants to do. This show does what Papa intends for it to do. And that's whatever Papa wants is what Papa gets. So I'm just going with the flow. I just need to show up. And then whatever happens when we show up, that's what happens. But what I know I'm going to do is if I ever have a guest that doesn't show up, I'm just going to interview myself again. Since that's the thing that we do around here is we interview our own self. And so I just really love this life of mine. I really do. And I'm so totally grateful to Papa for who he's made me to be and how he's called me into being and how he keeps supporting. I mean, everything that is comes from him. And I couldn't do any of it without him. Was last week a rebroadcast. Last 2 weeks were rebroadcast. The last 2 weeks were rebroadcast. Yes. Last 2 weeks. Because I was out of town visiting Brina. But now tomorrow we will be live. We have our guests, our end of the month guests in the studio. So I want to keep reminding everybody about sponsorship. If you haven't sponsored, I invite you to sponsor. It's a good cause, y'all. It's adding more love into the world. So you can sponsor for $150. That sponsors an entire show. Or you can do it $13 a month. And we're going to do a campaign to get up to 100 monthly subscribers. Our goal, our minimum goal is 100 monthly subscribers, and we are ways away from there. So I haven't been very diligent, and I know what I do know, what I definitely learned. If you keep it before the people will respond. So I've got to do my part and keep it before the people so that we can continue to do what it is, what Papa has called us to do, the way he's called us to do it. So for those of you who are already on the journey, who've already contributed, who are already sponsors, I am so grateful for you. I'm grateful for your contribution. I'm grateful for your sponsorship. So thank you for contributing, and thank you for sponsoring. And yes, thank you for that. And we're gonna do a show. Our next show is going to be focused on celebrating our sponsors, celebrating our monthly contributors, I'm learning and I'm growing as I go. I had some intentions to do on the day that we have the interview. I wanted that to be where we recognize the supporters, but I haven't done it yet. So I'm going to do one show that fully supports the supporters, because I want to honor you. I want to recognize you. I want to thank you publicly for how you are supporting on a monthly basis. I'm very grateful. So that's my part. Protect my part. So how do I protect my part? So while I'm talking about how I protect my part, I'm inviting you to think about how you could protect your part. Yay! Thank you, Pastor Bobby. Yay! I love it. What they say, there is a statement that says closed mouths shut mouths don't get fed, or something like that. I heard that a lot last week. From that clearly was something that Sabrina and Brenda's dad said all the time. What he used to say, Brian? Shut mouths don't get fed, or something like that. You said. But thank you, Pastor Bobby. I appreciate that. That's my church home. That's my family, y'all. I appreciate that. And so, Letitia, closed mouths don't get fed. Okay, thank you. And so that's my part. That's my part. My part is to show up. My part is to keep doing what I'm doing. And my part looks different at different times, but it always is coming from the exact same place, that every soul would know love and know that they are loved. Brian say closed mouths don't get fed, right? Right? That every soul would know love and know that they are loved. Everything is always coming from that. And it's anchored always in Luke 10:27. Always anchored in Luke 10:27. Love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, mind, soul, and strength, and thy neighbor as thyself. Everything that I do, everything that in my personal life and in my professional and public life is anchored in that. And if it doesn't meet that test, then I got to go back to the drawing board. If it doesn't meet that test, if the motivation doesn't align with that, I've got to go back to the drawing board, because for me, there is no other option for why I show up, for how I show up, for the motivation behind it. There is no other option. It's got to be driven by love, based upon love, doused in love, covered by love, surrounded by love, right? Increased through love. Other than that, I'm off. I'm out of alignment. Other than that, I'm out of alignment. And I do get out of alignment. I do. That's why I'm saying I've got to go back to the drawing board, because sometimes it's fear. Sometimes it's not love that is driving me. Sometimes it's fear. And I did a lot of that in 2020. Not because of the pandemic. It wasn't because of the pandemic at all. I've weathered well in the pandemic. I had a significant, I lost my Cynthia, right? We lost, and my Aunt Shirley was, passed. So there was significant loss, but me and my household, we weathered well. We actually had some benefit things that happened, some life changes that COVID brought in, and it may have never changed in that way if COVID hadn't. And so I'm very, very grateful in that way. However, I launched into some stuff that was terrifying for me. Woo! I still got some leftovers from it too, but not so much. And I'm grateful. This is not a complaint. This is just a recognition of the truth of the matter. But I am grateful, because it caused me to grow in ways that I never even knew I needed to, that was even possible for me. And now, now we got second books. We've got 5 book contributions altogether. I just want y'all to know that. 5 book contributions altogether, and 3 of those books are bestsellers. 2 of them are joint efforts. I am a contributing author in 2 of them that are bestsellers. And then I'm a solo author in the last book. It's they're Amazon bestsellers. And then we've got 2 other ones. My seminal work, which is Self-Love, A Gift You Give Yourself. I just got a new shipment in, y'all, a new shipment. So if anybody needs self-love books, let me know. I finally do have a new shipment. I've got plenty. I ordered a lot more this time because folk have been asking me for it. And I've been like, I don't got none. I ain't got none ordered from Amazon. I got them. You can get them from me. And we going to meet in person or whatever. We'll figure it out. But anyway. Did I tell you? Have I told you I loved you recently? I do. I really do. I am grateful for each one of you and for how you show up in the world. And for each one of you, yeah, I'm grateful for how you show up in the world. I'm grateful for you being here, for your contribution to love. I'm grateful for your contribution to love. All of our part is to be reconcilers. We hold that in common, to be reconcilers one to another, to be reconcilers to God, Papa. All of us like that. Thank you, Bria. I love being loved. I so appreciate it. And then all of us have, in reconciliation, in being reconcilers, we have to be beings of love. So that's your part. So we hold some parts in common. We hold some parts in common. Being reconciliators. Happy Thursday, Keisha Yearby. It's so good to see you, my sister. Happy Thursday. Gotta come see you. Gotta get you on the calendar, girl. And so we all. So what's your part? I'm just inviting you to do your part. But identifying what your part is, being fluid and flexible as you engage your part. And honoring your part, like treasure it, protect it. I am. We're going to get on the calendar. And then protect your part. So don't let somebody talk you out of your part. I think that's the part that I wanted to say. Don't let somebody talk you out of your part because everybody won't see your vision. Everyone won't see your vision. Sometimes it won't make no sense to even you. But when you know what Papa has said to you, you got to trust it. You got to trust him. And even if it gets difficult and rocky and I'm in a blizzard, I can't even see which direction I'm going, trust your part. Have you ever heard of a Self-Love Queens adventure? I haven't until that fateful morning. Well, till Papa started giving it to me. And then the name, I was in another city and I know exactly where I was walking. I know exactly what I was doing. I know the exact moment when Papa gave me the name of it. Like the exact moment, because it just was seared in my soul. Wow, that's amazing. And queen wasn't a word that I used. It wasn't a word that I had an affinity towards actually at all. I was never drawn to it. Maybe even a little bit averse from it, but never drawn to it. So it's definitely nothing that I would have come up with, but it's fitting. It's fitting. Papa knew best. Papa knows best. Papa knows best. And I'm listening. I'm available for what Papa has. Are you? All right, beloved, at the moment that Abba gave us our breath, me and you, we forfeited, we relinquished, we gave up the right to not be amazing. We don't have the right to not be amazing. We simply don't. We simply don't have the right to not be amazing. Because we simply are. So, prepared for the Queen's Adventure, September the 21st through the 24th. And seats really are limited. Like the house, there are only 10 rooms. And so if you're intending to come, I believe whoever Papa intends to be there will be there. And I just don't do gimmicks and coercion and get in the room now. Because if you don't get in the room and, sign up, if you don't take this offer, take this next offer, it just doesn't work for me. And look, I know. You want to come? Excellent. Excellent. All right. And there have been some things that I needed that I bought because there was a bump up offer. So I'm not against bump up offers. I'm not. So that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it just don't work for me. So I don't do bump up offers like that. Like, I'm going to offer you what I offer you, and that's all it's going to be. And you get to choose. I don't want a whole bunch of complication. And I can't do anything that feels like scarcity or manipulation in my offerings, in my services. I just can't, because of my own experience. So it's almost like I can't do it. So it's like people who, how do I want to say it? So like people who have struggled with any kind of addiction, they can't play with addictions. They can't play with it because it's like one of the reasons that I don't drink and things like that. Not that I think it's a bad thing per se, but because there is that history in my family. So I choose not to have casual wine and or any liquor or anything like that because it's in my family. So for me, it's not wise. It's just not wise. And so it's the same kind of thing because I've had that as a bondage. I'm not going to offer it to somebody else. No, no, I'm not. No, not doing it. It can't be. So, okay, Keisha. So I'll send the links. It will become public on Friday. I'll send you the link so you can look and see if it works for you, the dates, the time, and everything. And super duper excited. September 21st through the 24th. Self Love Queens Adventure. We are on and popping, y'all. All right. Make sure you tune in tomorrow if you can, or tell somebody. Thank you. And so let me put it up. Let me put it up again. I didn't put it up. Usually I have the ticker tape going, and I forgot again today. 313watkins.com. That's the easiest way to get to it. 313watkins.com. We're going to have our first live show. Tomorrow is going to be Val Ward. Val Ward will be on tomorrow. Val is the person who, so when you all see this consistent showing up on Instagram, this consistent showing up on my business page, that's Val Ward. That is Val Ward. Protect your treasure. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you, dear. Thank you. That's Val Ward. She is good at what she does. She's a social media manager, and we've been working together, I think, since 2018. Since I think it was before I retired. I believe so. But it's been a long time. It was long before COVID. That's for sure. Long before COVID. Because we were still meeting at Ashland when we started our journey together. And so maybe it was 19, I don't know. But at any rate, have a good one, y'all. Talk to you soon.